Hello, everybody. Welcome back to week 8 of our 90 days to homeownership. Um, in this week, we're going to talk about the steps after your offer is accepted, and you should have in your email a checklist of the next things that you as a buyer need to be aware of. But we're going to kind of just touch on those few things so that you're aware, and if you have questions, you can obviously reach out to us as well throughout the process. But so, Erica, we've got the offer accepted, everybody's happy, everybody's excited.
They got through the sleepless night of waiting to find out.
Exactly. Everybody's excited, but a lot of times buyers are so excited, they were like, okay, now what? What's the next steps?
Yeah, I feel like they kind of forget what we went through. So it's kind of our job to really keep them on track. So it's not like they have to remember these things. When we're sending out stuff all the time, being like, this is what you need to do. Can you get that done? So the very first thing usually that needs to happen is the earnest money needs to get dropped off or sent in, however we wrote that up in the offer. And that usually is 3 business days. They have 3 business days to drop that off. So that needs to happen. And then the next thing would be to schedule an inspection. And in the offer, we put in like the time frame that we have to do inspection, but we want to get that scheduled as soon as possible just to work around everyone's schedules.
Right. Are buyers recommended to be at the inspections?
I recommend them to go to the last, half hour, 45 minutes of it, just so that inspector can point out stuff to them that maybe stood out to that inspector. And we definitely have, a list of inspectors that we like to use. So a lot of times buyers are like, I don't even know who to call or what to do. And I just kind of take that off their plate. I give them, here's the inspectors, pick one, and then I even get it scheduled for them so they don't have to worry about any of that.
Right. Okay. Well, after the inspection's been ordered, scheduled, the earnest money's been dropped off, is there anything else that they need to be doing?
I would just make sure they're working with their loan officer to make sure that the loan officer is getting everything that they need, so that they can get the mortgage process well underway. The part of the loan process is the appraisal. Usually that is we wait till we're through inspection to get that ordered, but we'll get the appraisal ordered and make sure that we're through the appraisal part. The mortgage lender is going to finalize that loan, and then we're pretty much title company is doing their title search, making sure that there's no liens on title. But once those things happen, we're basically we're ready to close.
Yeah. One of the things I would just point out here for people is the more proactive, the more thorough you can be with your lender as far as providing them documentation, providing them the information that they need from you to get the deal going, the quicker you can close. A lot of times we put a 30 to 45 day closing in there from the time you made your offer. If you've got a local lender, one that we recommend, and you're proactive with that, sometimes we can speed that process up and you can be in your home from the time you made your offer to 3. I'm not going to guarantee it, but obviously if you do those things, you can be in your home sooner than you maybe thought initially.
Yeah, and I think buyers sometimes are like, Erica, I have sent this to the lender. This is the 3rd time. And I'm like, yeah, just plan on sending documents several times, because they have to recheck. Sometimes it's like, okay, we need your bank statements again, and they're like, I just sent them. Well, those were 2 weeks old and they need to re-verify. So just be mentally prepared to send stuff and resend stuff, and just be proactive with that.
After we've got the inspection order, the lenders ordered the appraisal, the ball's rolling with the lender. They're kind of in the middle of what they need to do to get the deal pushed through and get it through underwriting and get it done. What are the other few little things that need to happen before closing?
It's basically kind of a waiting game for a little bit, but then we do the final walkthrough. The final walkthrough usually is the day before or the morning of signing, and that's just to check to make sure everything looks the way that you wanted it to look, that the inspection items were done. And then you sign at the title company. Then the title company has to wait for the lender to fund it. if you're getting a loan, and then it has to record at the county for it to be official before you get the keys. And hoping all that lines up and everything works out, which most of the time it does, you will have keys by the end of the day. So
Sweet.
then we get to celebrate.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you sticking with us throughout this process, and hopefully you're gaining the information that's helping you make those decisions and move the ball forward so that you can be that homeowner that you want to be within that time frame. Or if you've already owned a home, this is kind of a refresher, and hopefully it's helping you on things that maybe you forgot about.
Okay, thanks.